We back. What's going on? What's good? What's everybody doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yo, I'm pumped to be back too. Yo, everybody coming in with the love. I appreciate y'all. You're back. We're back. I'm so excited. I've been like pumped for this for about the past week. What's going on, everybody? There's a lot of stuff coming in, so I'm gonna go through it all. I see all the subs, the hydrates coming in. We're gonna get to them. How you doing? How you doing? I missed y'all. I really did. What's going on? So good day. A good day for review. A good day to pick up some steam, to get it going, to get ready for the next year, right? So I'm really excited for today. Excited that you all are back. Seeing everybody in here is, oh, that's wonderful. What's going on? So the question of the day, as we always do a question of the day, is 2020 or 2021? What do you want? Which one? David, missed you too. What's going on, everybody? We out here. I love it. I love it. I love it. 2030. Miriam with the spam. I love it. What's going on? Yo. Lots of fun stuff tonight. Lots of good stuff tonight. Lots of review. Time to get the fingers going again. Time to get ready. There's a lot of stuff coming in here. We're already at a hype train. PogChamp's been removed. They haven't fixed the hype train yet. Oh boy. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Here, we got some people coming in here. I just want to scroll back here and say thank you. Whew. Going back here. Rezo, thank you for the sub. Honduran Coder, thank you for the 4 months. Jelani, thank you for the prime. We got a hype train already. Porcupine, thank you for the sub. Pam CCC, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Baka5, thank you. Straight Jacket with the hydration. Cheers to you. First one of the year. And I've upgraded, folks. Look at the bottle. Kat, this is for you. All water. I'm doing one of these a day. Look at that. It's a gallon. I'm ready for the hydrations. I got y'all. I got y'all. Let's keep it going here. Tiny Torches, thank you for the sub. Keanu, thank you for the sub as well. Liquid Words, thank you for the sub. David, thank you for the sub. I missed you too. Chop, thank you for the sub. Roost News, thank you for the sub. SK2 Cute, thank you for the sub. Sheena, thank you for the bits. Oh, Rossi for the bits. Oh, this is too much. I'll stop here. We're gonna come back to it. Yo, I'm so happy y'all are here. I'm so ready for getting this year started. I'm so excited to kind of get this code going, to see you all win this year. Winners win. I'm so pumped. Over the break, I had hundreds of messages. I'm still going through them. I promise tomorrow I'm going to get to every single one of them. So if you sent me a DM, it's coming your way. I will get back to you by tomorrow. I loved hearing the struggles of the break. I loved hearing the wins. Y'all were getting clients. Y'all were getting interviews already. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. In fact, if you got a client already, we're extending the deadline. Well, we'll talk about that. If you got a client already, Alyssa in chat, what's up? If you got a client, I want you to go to Discord, and in the congratulations channel, I want you to put that you got a client. If you already got one, I want you to go into the congratulations channel on our celebrations channel on our Discord and put that you got a client. And I want you to put it in chat right now that you got a client too. Let the world know. I'm proud of y'all. That made my holiday. It made my new year to see those come in. If you got a client, put it in chat. If you got a client, I want you to put it in the celebrations channel. When you get a win like that, I want to hear about it. Oh, snaps. Kate got a client. Sergio. Izzy. 2 clients, Mitch? What? Count the shells. Ski got a Discord client. Ooh, look at this. Oh, man. Holy smokes. That's what we started this for, folks, right? Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. And put it in the celebrations channel too, because I want to go through and congratulate you all. That was a huge win. I'm excited for y'all. Woo. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go back through some of these. There's a lot coming in. I just want to take some time. Let's hang out. Let's see how things have been going. And then we're going to jump into some review tonight. All right, I'm going to keep going through this. Horasi, thank you for the bits. The Art of Missy, thank you for the Prime. Jelani, thank you for the tier 1 3 months. Subtoast, thank you for the Prime. Booty Liquor, glad to see you. Thank you for the sub. Abternal Student, thank you for the sub. Cutter with the resume review, DM me. Imran, thank you for the 4 months. Happy New Year to you as well. Woo! Wolfgang, thank you for the bits. It's Sabotage, thank you for the sub. Anonymous Cheerer, thank you for the 100 bits. Always happy to see you. And of course, Kat, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. I'm ready, y'all. We're gonna get it going. I'm ready. All right, let's look at this. Secure Greatness, thank you for the sub. Cat with 3 hydrates. Cheers to you twice. I'll take 2 big ones. Whew, let's get it going, folks. Let's get it going. How y'all doing? How was your break? What did y'all do? Did you do anything fun? If you did something fun, put it in chat. I want to hear what you did. What you do. They keep coming. I'm going to get to all y'all. Thank you for the subs. As always, if you're new here, all of the subs, the donations, the cheerings, that all goes to the nonprofit I work at during the day called Resilient Coders. We're about to make the first official payment this year. I'm so excited. I'm going to post in our Discord first. Thank you so much for all the support. We have a new cohort of 40 folks starting on Monday, and the support has been helpful. We're paying some of those stipends. What y'all do? Froze to death in the desert. Pancakes got a chance to tell me about that when we did the networking on Tuesday. That's funny. Kids said Christmas was good enough to make up for a year of torture. Hey, I'll take that. Solo party in my room. Hell yeah. That's how we do. Man, so you did a Harry Potter marathon? That's what I did. Whew. There's so much support coming. I'm going to get to all y'all. Thank you for everybody that's doing the subs. It's just too fast. I'm going to get to it. Z the Beast, I see the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. That's what I did. I watched all of Harry Potter. On Christmas, we do it every year, me and my wife. We got it all set up. My mom made me a Hufflepuff scarf a couple years ago. I like this, call that my Mama Loves Me scarf. Put that on. And just for the whole day and into the next day, watched Harry Potter. I love it. All right, I'm going to go through some of these that keep coming in. Sarat, thank you for the 100 bits. Pasta Lord, thank you for the sub. Medium Fry, 1,000 bits. Thank you so much. That's wild. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Will and Ty, Will and Winter with the hydration. Cheers to both of you. I'm going to take 2 big ones. Thank you very much. Jimmy, you don't sleep anymore? That's hilarious. All parcel tongues banned. Now your mama calls the argue scarf. No, that's my Mama Loves Me scarf. I love it. If it wasn't far away, I would go grab it and show it to y'all. Maybe after the break, I'll show it to you. I love it. Because of the new twins. Oh, geez. Congrats. That's wild. Let's keep going through here. These tier. Maham, thank you for the sub. Yobi, thank you for the bits. Electro Jesus, thank you for the sub. Wolfpack, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. Name one after Booty Liquor. That, I think, like, if I get another dog, I think that'd be a good one. Holy smokes, everybody. Thank you so much for the love. Let's keep going here. I want to make sure I missed anybody. Z the Beast, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Level 5 hype train right out the gate. 29 subs and 1,700 bits already. This is wild. Thank you so much, everybody. Funny commentary. Thank you for the sub. Jersey Boss Babe, thank you for the gift, the community sub. I appreciate that. Chop, come on now, Chop. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. And Assassin14, thank you for the sub. And Secure Greatness for the 100 bits. I thank you so much. I'm just excited to be back here. Y'all are going wild in the new year. I'm excited you're here. I'm excited everybody's here to keep learning, to keep pushing. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up over the next couple weeks. Tuesday's class, oh boy, it's gonna be big. We got a lot of stuff to work on. We got a lot of good stuff. Tonight's about review. Tonight's about catching up, getting everybody back into the groove of things. But we're gonna keep pushing. And next week, oh boy, next week, we're ready. We're going. We're gonna go big, exactly, K-Coughs. I'm excited. I'm glad you're all here. Hope you had a good break. Let's do our traditional. If you got some questions, let's ask some questions here. We ready for whatever. I'll take it. All right. If you got some questions, what is life? I don't know. 2020 started coding. 2021 gonna get my first coding job. Boom. That's what we're here for. It's gonna happen. We're gonna make it happen. I'm not stopping until that happens. We got this. Had some other folks come in. Boom, Kingston, 1,500 bits. What? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's wild. What? Okay. We don't even have PogChamp anymore. We gotta get a new one. We gotta get somebody said earlier, the Leon Champ. We'll make it happen. Alyssa said, are we going to go over the calculator? Yes. Office hours, we're going over all the break work. So all the things that were assigned over the break, this Saturday, office hours, 12 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to go over all of them. So any of the things you had to build, the horoscope, the calculator, that's all going to be done on Saturday. So come back for office hours. We're going to go through all of that. Yeah. And you'll notice that we extended the deadline for stuff. Just a lot of folks, I know the holidays hit hard for a lot of folks. A lot of people reached out asking just for an extra day or two. So we're going to extend the deadline to next Tuesday. And on Tuesday, you're able to submit everything. I'm going to open up everything to be submitted. So don't worry about it until then. On Tuesday, everything will be open for you to submit. We're going to have a lot of fun that class, learning some new stuff. And then also we're going to see a lot of little things change here and there on Discord, on Twitch. It's gonna be good. I promise. It's gonna be a good one. And then we also pushed the client deadline a month. So it's not due until the beginning of February, that February 2nd, just to give you a little bit more time for us to talk a little bit more about freelancing, for me to help y'all on your client search. But as we saw, we already have so many folks that got clients, which is huge. That is huge. I'm so proud of everyone that's gotten a client, that's putting in the work to get a client. The folks have been working on their portfolio, that have been hitting that pavement virtually. I'm proud of all of y'all. I'm so excited. Will everything be submitted on CodePen? It can be some slightly different ones, but yes, mainly CodePen. And then next week we're getting into Git. And then after next week forward, we're going to be using Git and GitHub exclusively. So no more CodePens, no more stuff like that. We're going to make it a lot easier for me to review your code. It's going to be a lot easier for you to submit all your code. No copying and pasting and things breaking. So we have a Git and GitHub class upcoming, which is, I promise you, is going to be dope. Got a lot of surprises for that class. And then we're going to be transitioning to everything being on Git and GitHub. So yeah, excited for that. You got me with that deadline. I hustled my ass off. You know what? Cheers to you. Fuck yeah. That's work. You put in the work. I respect the hell out of that. Hell yeah. Love you some Git, Kenny. Love me some Git too. Electro Jesus, more merch next week. Next week we got another merch drop. It's gonna be good. Next week is gonna be a good merch drop. I'm excited. Do we discuss Slack etiquette ever? How do employers and coders balance Slack hours? Every company is different. And I think that's a really good topic for us to talk about, like work etiquette. I think that's something as we get a little bit further in the program, we'll definitely talk about. I've seen some folks that have really strict Slack etiquette, like cutoff hours. And I've had some companies that people are on Slack at 2 a.m. messaging each other. So it's kind of different from company to company. But I think talking about like professional etiquette and Slack etiquette and Discord etiquette and all that stuff would be a really fun class. So let's do that as we get a little bit further along. People start applying for jobs and everything. I think that'd be a wonderful class to have. Yeah. So Alyssa's right. If you wanted to watch back the classes, they're on Twitch for as long as Twitch allows them. I think it's like a month or so. But all of them, every single class we've done has been re-uploaded to YouTube, and that'll be very consistent now. Every 1 day later, they'll be on YouTube. And the reason I like them on YouTube is that you don't get the ads, and some people can have better quality on YouTube, so you'll be there. Yeah, I don't put the office hours on YouTube. If you'd want the office hours on YouTube, chat, would you want the office hours on YouTube? I've never put them. I just put the classes on there. Oh, wow. Okay. Overwhelmingly, yes. All right. Office hours are going on YouTube too. All right, let's do it. For some reason, I was like, I don't know if they would want them. Ryan, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Let's go, everybody. I think we'll put all the new ones going forward on YouTube. I think I can put the old ones on. Whatever's still up on Twitch, I can put up as well. But I don't know. I never do. I didn't put them up before. All right. We need everything on YouTube. I listen to office hours while I'm at work. That's dope. Yeah, YouTube player is definitely better. Old ones too. All right, I'll make it happen. This weekend I'll put all the old ones up too. The office hours have definitely been really helpful. That's good to hear. Dope. I love the office hours. Just kind of going through questions, reviewing stuff. I love it. So happy to do those, and I'll put them on YouTube for y'all. That's dope. All right, folks. We got a lot of stuff to do today. We're technically in week 8, right? Which is really weird to say. Like, this is class 14. But we're in week 8 because we had like 2. Yeah, it's a little weird. I see some people already jumping through the slides, answering questions. I love it. All right, let's talk about today. So I'm going to kill the music here, folks. I'm going to kill the music here. This is great. It's nice to be back. I feel the same way too. I was so pumped. I was listening to 21, Drake, Mr. Right Now. I was getting pumped before class. So I'm ready. Let's get into it. So today is going to be a review. I wanted folks to get caught up, to get comfortable. We did the networking on Tuesday. Today is going to be a review. We're going to review the big 4: variables, conditionals, functions, loops. New practice problems for all of them. They're somewhat similar to some of the practice problems we did before, but they're all new. You haven't seen them before, so we're going to go ahead and do all those practice problems. So tonight is a lot of fingers on keyboard. Then we are going to break. Saturday we have office hours, and when we come back next week, folks, oh baby, it's getting turned up. It's getting turned up. So let's get through tonight. Let's get back into it. Let's get comfortable. Y'all coming back after a break. I respect the hell out of every single person here. We're going to get into it. We're going to reset some expectations. We're going to do some review. We're going to do some coding practice. Your fingers are going to get all over those keyboards. If you are new, couple big things. You can do exclamation point slides, or we call it bang slides here, in chat, and then I'll give you the slides for today. If you would like the slides that auto advance, that's what the link is for. If you don't like the auto advancing, you can chop off the /live, and that will make it so that as you are moving, as I'm moving through them, they don't move for you. You got to control them. So that's how you can get the slides. If you want the materials, you're going to do exclamation point, right? You can do exclamation point Discord. and that'll take you to our Discord channel. You have to agree to the rules, right? Please read them. They're important. We like to keep a very positive, we like to keep a very supportive community. It's important that you adhere to those rules. Once you agree to the rules, everything opens up for you. You're going to want to go ahead and click that join 100 devs channel as well to get sorted into House Hamilton. And then in the follow along materials channel will be all the code that we'll be using today. There will always be a zip file in that channel every class. Typically I post it on there about an hour to 45 minutes before class. You're going to want to go ahead and grab that zip file, download it, and unzip it. That'll have all the code that you need for today. All right. So slides for today, exclamation point slides, and exclamation point Discord if you want the materials. Okay. That'll get you set up for everything that we're going to do today. Now, today's a little bit of a review. We're reviewing the basics of JavaScript. If you've never touched JavaScript before, tonight's going to be a little bit of a hard class. That's okay. We have 14 other classes that are all on YouTube, exclamation point YouTube for you to watch. I would recommend watching the first JavaScript review and the first HTML and CSS review. That'll get you 90% of the way there. Then come to office hours on Saturday and ask all your questions. Okay? So tonight will be a little bit of rough. That's all right. If you've never touched JavaScript before, it's going to be a little rough. That's all right. We'll get you caught up. Get on Discord. Get the help you need. And after tonight, I'll post the highlights, the videos that you want to watch if you want to catch up. All right? Kobe said Eloquent was horrific. I feel like that's the general take on Eloquent. It's a very wordy, very hard book, but it covers so much good stuff. And the beauty of it is it forces you to get into the muck of dealing with technical reading, right? It gets you into the muck of dealing with technical reading because I guarantee you, when you're on the job, you're going to have to build something, and the only resource you're going to have is a really hastily and crappily put together README file that has no information that you really need. And so getting used to getting into the weird, hard reading, it pays off. Oops, my bad, bro. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for being here. Foreign boss with the Prime. I appreciate that. All right. I had a student 2 or 3 days ago. They said, "Hey, Leon." Oh, it was on Wednesday, actually. They said, "Leon, I really appreciated that you gave me dozens of assignments with no direction." Let's roll that back a second. Leon, I appreciate it that you've given me dozens of assignments without direction. Because now that they're on the job, guess what's happening? They're getting dozens of assignments without direction, right? So they practice that. We're not there yet. I'm not going to do that to you yet, but it's coming. We're not there yet, but it's coming. So that's what you need to know there. But yeah, so there's a lot of these little things that we're getting prepped for. And so for everyone that did the break work, they put in the time, they got through it. Respect. That's phenomenal. Well done. Way to push yourself. Way to do something that was hard. If you didn't get the chance to finish, deadline's been extended. You got until Tuesday. Put in the work. I guarantee you. Trust me. Please, trust me. You put in that work, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off over the next couple of weeks, and it's going to pay off for the rest of your career. Put in the work. You can do it. I believe in you. And we're going to go over some of it on Saturday, and then on Tuesday, you'll be prepared. That's why we extended the deadline. You got some time. How to draw the L. Exactly. If I have to read another Shay or Eloquently how we fighting, bring it. I'm all right. I can handle myself. All right, y'all. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep going through this. Talked already about some questions. Just to reinforce here, submitting work, I don't want it. Make it better. So if you finished everything, great, make it better. If you finished your calculator, make it better. You finished your horoscope app, make it better. On Tuesday, on Tuesday, I'm going to ask you to submit everything to me. And so if you've already finished, props, like overwhelming props, like well done. If you still need a little bit more time, that's why you got the extension. If you did finish, make it better. Ski. Alrighty. We gotta bring this back into the mix here. Especially right now. This is I just see like the owners of Udemy doing this. Whenever New Year's rolls around, this is every employee at Udemy. That's what they're doing. As soon as New Year's hits, that's what Udemy is doing. They're licking their lips. They're doing the Birdman hand rub. They know they about to eat. They eating right now. Everything's free. Everything's half off. It's $1. It's $1. It's $1. Get it for $1. Right? Every bootcamp in Tarnation is trying to get you right now. They know that they can take your money, and a lot of folks are going to quit within the first 2 weeks. They know it. They know this. This trough of sorrow isn't something that I made up. They know this is true. And right here, they're watching all these people go up Udemy Hill, and they're just taking money. They just extract as much money as they can. Be careful. If you're new here, be careful. They trying to get you. You might have already got. You came here to get, but you might have got. So be careful. Buying that course is not going to make you a good developer. Buying that course isn't going to magically change things. Putting in the work is what is. So I'm glad you're here. Everything we do here is free. I will never, ever put any course information online that you have to pay for. And I try to make sure every resource I share can be done for free. I've helped hundreds of folks get jobs as software engineers. I've taught thousands of people to code. You can do it for free. If you're here, we're going to make that happen. So be careful. This is the season to get got. You know what? I got. I'm not gonna front. I got. I bought Mark Roper's course on engineering. It started on Monday. Guess who wasn't in class on Monday? I got. And so if I got, I know y'all might get got too. Right? So that's what I'm putting up there. Well, I'm not fronting. This happened to me. I was here on Udemy Hill. I was like, ooh, and they got me. Right? So you're here, you're ready to put in the work, but we got 22 weeks ahead of us. I think a lot of y'all going into the break might have been here. Right? You might have been right there. The novelty is wearing off. Right? The novelty is wearing off. When we started, there were 500 people here. Now there's 300 some, right? That novelty wears off real quick. That jump from thought to action is hard. Right? That jump from thought to action is hard. But you showing up. You ready to put in the work? Let's put in the work. And the reason I say y'all are right here is because we haven't hit the bottom yet. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get wilder. It's gonna get tougher. It's gonna get harder. And then when we're right about here is when we gotta put in the most. And I'm gonna keep you. I'm gonna keep you going hard. I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that you succeed. Because once you get over here, let me tell you, life's a lot better. Once you get to that side, it's just 20 weeks. 20 weeks for your whole life to change. Because once you get to that side, it's a whole lot different. You know that you have skills. You'll know that you have skills that people are willing to pay for. Some of you already know that because you've gotten a client, right? That's why I asked you to get a client. I want you to know at the end of the day that if things are rough, you can get a client. All right. When is the bottom? We're not there yet. We're not at the bottom yet. All right. Trust me. Put in the work. It's just 20 weeks. I know it's a lot, but it's 20 weeks. Put in those 20 weeks. I promise you, it's so much sweeter on the other side. I just want to dance again. I always, whenever this person subs, thank you for the 3 months, Tuccini. I always think of Lil Wayne. So I appreciate that. Thank you for the sub. All right. Now, we're going to push each other too. The reason why I keep doing these icebreaker sessions is because I want you to meet each other. I want you to see the person sitting to the left and the right of you that's going through the struggle too. And I want you to support each other. On Discord, when you see somebody floundering, when you see somebody stuck, please help them. Please point them to a resource that helps you. Please answer their question, because somebody will do it for you too. Right? That's the beauty of not doing this alone. That's the beauty of all of us being here. 300 plus people here right now that are all committed to learning this stuff, that are all committed to helping each other. Let's make that happen. We're not going to lose somebody else. That's it. That's not happening. Nobody else is dropping. If you're here right now, you're with us until this clicks, and you're with us until you get the job that you want. That's it. That's it. That's why we're here. So, Trough of Sorrow, it's coming, but we're going to work through it. And if you get stuck, if you need help, please don't suffer in silence. Please ask on Discord. All right. We've seen this slide before. It's an important one. We're getting ready to turn it up, folks. It's about to get real spicy on Twitch. It's about to get real spicy on that Discord. We're about to be meeting more than just the time that we've been meeting in the past. The work's going to pick up. The expectations are going to pick up. And I need you to take care of yourself. I really do. I need you to make sure you're doing your stretches. I already had 3 people that are probably here right now that have reached out to me on Discord saying, Leon, my hands don't work. Like literally, like my hands broke. What like I didn't listen. I didn't do my stretches. Right? I didn't hydrate. Right? Please take care of yourself. This is a marathon. We're going to be doing this for the rest of our career. Right? Make sure you're doing the hand stretches. We'll post them again on Slack on Discord afterwards. Make sure you're doing your hand stretches. Make sure you're getting up every hour to take a break. Make sure you're letting your eyes relax. Make sure that you're in a well-lit room. That helps. Make sure you're sitting right. Make sure you're getting some stretching in, right? The number of students I have that 3 months in, they're in hand braces is really damn high. Please take care of yourself. Izzy, I appreciate you. Thank you for the posture check. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Ooh. All right. There we go. If y'all could see my sitting position, is it wild, Indy? All right. Ooh, thank you, Alyssa. All the stretches are pinned to the resource channel. Please take care of yourself. This is going to be a long marathon. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. All right. So what's next? So we're turning up the heat next week. Next week, there are going to be some things that we're going to start doing for the rest of our time together. And so let's talk about some of those things and make sure that we all know what to expect and we're ready for things to get a little bit more of a move in here. We're turning it up. Said that multiple times. It's going to get faster, but the support's also going to increase too. We're going to be adding more office hours. We're going to be adding individual house office hours, and we're going to make sure that as things get a little bit more robust, you get more things that are here to help you. Solutions, more one-on-one time. So yes, things are going to get harder. Things are going to get a little bit more spicy, but the support will go up too. And a lot of folks, a lot of new mentors that are coming to Discord to help. A lot of new folks that want to support you, that want to see you win. So that's what we're doing. Starting next week, the networking is serious. The networking is serious. Every week, I'm going to check to make sure you've done the networking. It's going to be the requirement. You don't hit the requirements, we're going to see folks moving out of touring, Hopper, right? So the networking becomes serious. You must meet 3 individuals that are already in tech and book out 2 coffee chats, right? Now, how we do this, meetup.com, the Lunch AI app, BumbleBiz. Tell other folks where you're finding your meetups, right? Make sure that you're sharing those resources. We opened up 2 test channels, one for Canada, one for Pacific Northwest. We're going to open up more location-based channels. So if there is a group of like 10 or more folks that are from the same location, we're going to open up a channel for you to share more localized networking as well. Remember, if you are in an area where you know you're not going to hunt for your job, you're going to start networking in a different area where you are going to hunt for your job, right? So networking becomes a big thing. We had a whole class on networking. Highly recommend going back and rewatching that class if you need some tips. If there are things that are blockers, something that precludes you from networking, and you haven't let me know already, please let me know. Feel free to DM me or use ModMail. If you ever just need general help, you don't have to DM me. You can use ModMail. We have 4 wonderful, wonderful mods right now. We're hopefully adding more this weekend that are happy to answer things through ModMail. You should ModMail if you need help, maybe not DM individual moderators, please. The ModMail is right there on Discord. You look at the top right, you can do it. That goes to all of us so we can help answer your questions. If there's something that's private or sensitive that you don't want going to all the mods and myself, you can feel free to DM me. If there's a reason why you can't network, let me know. Otherwise, we're getting ready to start networking our asses off. Use the sheet. There's the networking Google Sheet that is linked here. You can click that link and it'll take it to you. I'm going to ask you to update your sheet every week. I'm going to ask for it every Friday. So every Friday, your sheet should be updated. I've been working on a bot that can look at the sheets and make sure that they're being filled out. Yeah. Carlos said, can we join the bootcamp at any time or do we need to wait for the next cohort? No, feel free to join in. Go to our Discord, agree to the rules, and then click the Join 100 Devs channel. That'll get you in the House Hamilton. Yeah, so use the sheet. Coding challenges daily starting next week. So on Monday, I will release a coding challenge. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there will be a Discord message with the coding challenge. I am going to ask you to complete the challenge. Next week will be a little bit weird, but once we learn Git and GitHub, you're going to be submitting your solutions on GitHub, right? What I want y'all to have by the end of program is something that looks like that. Hold on, come on. There we go. I want a wall of green. I want a wall of green by the time you're done program, right? So we're going to have daily coding challenges starting next week. And then we're going to start the following week putting them on GitHub so that every single day you have pushed something to GitHub. And when employers are looking at your GitHub profile, which a hell of a lot of them do, they're going to see a massive wave of green. And they'll be like, all right, these people are about it. A forest, exactly. Looking like a bathroom wall. So there we go. That's what we're going to start doing next week. So next week we got our networking. Use the sheet. We got our coding challenges that'll be daily. Paid client due February the 2nd. So we got a little bit more time. Got a little bit more time to find that client. We will have an office hours session, not this one that's coming up, that'll be dedicated to more client stuff. There have been a lot of questions that have come in about clients, things about contracts, how to perform, like how to deliver stuff. So I definitely want to have another dedicated office hours to just client stuff. And so that'll be next week. And so if you have questions about a client, we can cover them at those office hours. But we're going to move the deadline to February 2nd. Okay. Give you a little bit more time. I know things are tough. I know things are a little bit difficult because we're in a pandemic. A lot of smaller companies are hurting, so it definitely is harder to find a client. I'm not going to front on that, but you can do it. Push yourself, come out the other side. Scooter, there is a form. If you go through the first 1 or 2 announcements for the bootcamp, you'll find the form there. When money calls, you don't hang up. Hell yeah. Kid Neptune, absolutely. Join our Discord. Click the 100 devs, join 100 devs channel, and you're in. Happy that you're here. All right. Homework. It's going to start picking up a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more. Your homework for this weekend is just to finish the break work, get through the reading, do something better, right? So if you finished everything, do something better. If you're not finished, get it done, all right? Homework's going to be picking up a little bit more. There's going to be a lot of homework that'll be auto-graded. So when you submit it, it'll automatically make sure that it's correct. And so expect that to be coming. I'm going to start giving feedback on your homeworks. If you're in touring, you're going to start getting feedback on some of the homeworks that you submit. And if you are in Hopper, you'll start to see some of those things a little bit later on. Okay. We will talk next week about moving from Hamilton into the other houses. We have a lot of folks that have filtered out. I wanted folks to have the break, see if they needed to take a pause. We did have a few folks that did that. So next week, as we start to pick things up, we'll also talk about if you want to move to different houses, how to do that. All right. Boom. Alrighty. Let's get into it, folks. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. The golden rule. Separation of concerns. Our HTML should only contain our content. Our CSS should only contain our style. JavaScript should only be our behavior and interaction, right? When you go to a website, if you've seen something, that's HTML. If it looked good, that's CSS. If you're able to do things like click and drag, that's JavaScript, right? Why do we do this? Why do we agree to this rule? We're already seeing it spammed in chat. I love it. The reason we do this is for organization. When we come back to our code, right? When we come back to our code, either a day or a week later, a month later, and we come back and we want to make some changes to our content, we're going to know to go to the HTML. When we want to make something pink, we're going to go to CSS. On Ad One, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you being here. When we want to make something spin and do something wonky when we click, we're going to go to our JavaScript, right? So that's really good for us to be able to come back to our code and know what's going on. But it's also really good as we start to work with other engineers. You are all going to start working with fellow house members. So you're going to start working on projects together. Engineers really don't work alone. So we're going to start mimicking that. You're going to have projects where you're working with other folks in your house. And if you're all not adhering to certain rules like separation of concerns, it's going to be really hard to keep organized, right? Really hard to keep organized. So a lot of these rules are going to come back, especially as we start to pair program with each other, as we start to work with other folks of the house. So Ruski said, is there a reason why some developers don't follow separation of concerns? Yeah, so there are some caveats to this, right? Every company you go to is going to do things different. Early on, it's helpful to have these kind of like very rigid rules because it removes some of the like cognitive stress of doing things right. So I like my students to have very strong opinions early on, just because it helps them to know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and not to stress out over if they're doing things correctly or not, right? And so there are some developers that will take separation concerns to another level. They'll start separating like presentation logic and business logic, and then kind of morphs a little bit. And there are some developers that stick to this to a T. So it kind of comes down to like personal preference, which is so much about everything, especially in web development. There's so many things that go down to personal preference. Like I said, the best developers have strong opinions, but they hold them weakly. Even myself, if somebody presents a better argument for why I should do something, I'm willing to listen and change the way I do things. Yeah. So you're gonna see some folks that agree to this to the T, and you see some folks that have a looser interpretation of it, and you're gonna have some folks that just eschew it because it might take them a little bit more time. Except for BR tags, go to hell. All right. For HTML, we have two important things, IDs and classes. Muka, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. When we're looking at our HTML, we can target one element and only one element using an ID. So here we have the ID of zebra. That enables us to then target that element, whether it be in our CSS to style it or our JavaScript, right? In our JavaScript. Oh no, we have an imposter. We have a way of targeting that element and only that element uniquely, which has been really helpful in our CSS to style that element and only that element with that style. But also when we get to our JavaScript, it's going to enable us to like put stuff into that element or target it to be clicked on. So these IDs are really important, especially in the JavaScript. Classes are ways of targeting multiple elements at the same time. So here you can see that two of our paragraphs have the class of Bob, meaning that both of them will now be red. So it's a way of targeting multiple elements at the same time. Also going to be really helpful as we move into some more complex JavaScript, being able to target multiple elements all with the same class. We haven't seen Bob yet this year. Pun. Haven't seen him this year. Let me grab Bob real quick. New year, new Bob. Bob just wanted to say hello. It's like, what's up, y'all? How you doing? Bob just wanted to say hello. Hasn't seen you all year. It's been a long break. All right, Bob. Thank you for showing up. I do have a Bob cam. I don't know if I can get it on cam. It's like another camera. It's literally another camera. Like if I'm looking here, there's a camera that's looking and pointing down. That's going to be the Bob cam and occasionally the Simba cam. Like I said, come back Tuesday, folks. Tuesday's going to get real wild. So yeah, we got it. Izzy, thank you for the 5 months. Boats and logs, definitely. Who's going to carry the boats and logs? We're going to carry those boats and logs. Bob cam. All right, let's talk about programming, folks. We're doing some review. If you're new here, welcome. If you're learning to code in the new year, this is the place to be. A fully free 30-week coding bootcamp. We've been going for 13 classes, but it's still a good time to jump in. We're going to do some review tonight. If it's too hard, all of our previous classes are on YouTube. You're going to want to look at the highlights, the review of the HTML and the review of the JavaScript. Wait, so I have to do the homework if I'm new to the course? Hell yeah, you got to do the homework. Just start with the break homework. Get caught up there. Get caught up with any new homework that we start assigning next week. I really resonate with this cat's energy. Me too. All right. Important rule when you start getting into programming is to remember that a computer will do what you tell it to do. Okay? A computer will do what you tell it to do. So let's think about what a program is. A program is simply a set of instructions that you write to tell a computer what to do. That's all a program is, just a set of instructions. So then if a program is just a set of instructions, then programming is the task of writing those instructions, but in a language that the computer can understand. In this course, we're going to cover some very important technologies. We've covered HTML and CSS. We're going to come back to them a little bit as well. We're moving into JavaScript. JavaScript will be our main programming language. We're also going to hint on Node, MongoDB, Postgres, all these technologies, but our primary programming language will be JavaScript. JavaScript is a language that we write to understand what our programs are trying to do, like trying to understand those instructions. Miriam, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. Man, I'm getting my bicep curls in with this boy. Woo. There we go. Thank you for the hydration. Programming task of writing these instructions, right? In a language the computer can understand. JavaScript is the language that we're using, right? Because when we are working together, we can communicate our ideas, what we want our program to do in that language. That language can then be broken down into something that the computer can understand as well. Now, the reason we're using JavaScript is because it works really well in the browser. It's one of the most in-demand languages right now that has one of the most job opportunity. And the other really important thing about JavaScript is that it's mostly not taught in 4-year CS programs. If you go to a 4-year CS program, you're lucky if you have 1, maybe 2 development courses, like web development courses, very, very commonly 0. So we don't pick a language like Python or something like that because we don't want to compete with those individuals. We want to have practical skills that can outcompete individuals that may have been studying this for longer, right? But it's also a great language, works well in the browser, works well to build full stack web applications, can be then extended to build mobile applications, desktop applications. Heck, I have JavaScript running on a microcontroller that you can use to build robots with, right? So that's why we use JavaScript. That's why it's a great programming language to get into, and it helps us understand what we want our programs to do. Now, I've told a story a couple of times here on stream about how Independence Day is a true story. Chat, tell me how Independence Day is a true story, please. Jen, your daughter saw you doing stuff in JavaScript and now she wants to learn? Hell yeah. Code.org or Hour of Code has some really good lessons for younger folks. They have a Minecraft, like you can code a Minecraft character. They have like a Frozen, you can code like Elsa and Anna, like figure skating. And they have like 1 or 2 other ones that are like really fun for kids. When I did some tutoring for younger folks, that's how I got them hooked. Yeah, I see chat doing bub. Binary, upload, boom. That's what makes Independence Day a true story. What that means is these aliens came to attack Earth, right? And we tried nuking them, it didn't work. But Jeff Goldblum saved the day. He was able to create a virus that they then injected into the alien mothership. Their shields went down because of that virus, and then we nuked the hell out of them. We saved the world, America. Now, how could this work? How could Jeff Goldblum write a computer virus in an alien language? Well, we assume some things about those aliens. That physics or these universal constants are true, on and off, right? Our computer systems are made up from things called binary. From these on and off values, we're able to build up simple logic. From that simple logic, we can build up more complex logic. And once we have that complex logic, we can tell the computer what to do. So what Jeff Goldblum did is he took that computer language that was written by aliens, reversed engineered it all the way down to those universal constants, those on and offs, those simple logics, and then built it back up, infect them all, save the world, right? Now, it's funny to bring this up because it's important for us to know kind of what's happening underneath the hood. And JavaScript kind of relieves us from having to worry about that for now. It's a language that's really easy for us to look at and understand what's going on. And it kind of obfuscates all the complex stuff and it just works. Okay. So JavaScript it is then. JavaScript is a great language. It works across browsers, desktop apps, mobile apps, microcontrollers. It is rarely taught in a 4-year CS program. If anything, maybe 1 class. It has one of the highest job availability, right? Every company is now a tech company. Every company now needs a website. Those websites are all going to be running JavaScript. So it makes it so that you can freelance right out the gate as well. So it's just a really well-rounded overall language for us to get into if we want jobs and we want to make sure that we can do it with all the edge possible. All right. Will said, somebody just joining stream. We're learning about alien code. He used a Google Translator. All right. When we're writing our JavaScript, we're using a specific syntax. Syntax is just the spelling and grammar rules of that language, right? It's the way that we write it. There are a lot of special characters, things that we do in JavaScript that you might not have seen before or that you won't see in other languages, because each language has its own way that is written, and we call that syntax. Now, you're noticing that we're doing review. We like to review a lot. Why do we review a lot on this channel? Why do I repeat myself quite frequently? What are we doing here? Hey, there we go. We're doing spaced repetition, or it's going too fast. I can't see you say. I think Crumb said it. Spaced repetition, baby. Right? Yeah. We're getting our reps in. Right? We are flattening the forgetting curve. Right? Daddy Anki's back in chat, highlighting the spaced repetition. I love it. Hey, glad you're back here with us. Daddy Anki's our local celebrity that helps us to remind to use Anki, which is our spaced repetition tool, right? So we're doing spaced repetition during class, right? On ad one, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. So if you're new here, what's spaced repetition? Individuals forget stuff very quickly. And if you want to be a software engineer, you're going to have to remember things, and you're going to have to remember how to use them, when to apply them. And most folks that first start learning how to code, the biggest problem is they put in all this effort, and a month later, they forgot everything. Happens time and time again, over and over again. There's something called the forgetting curve. Basically, within an hour, you've forgotten some stuff. Within a day, you've forgotten a whole lot of stuff. And within 30 days, there is an 80-something% chance that you've forgotten everything that you've learned the month prior. And so there is a very strong technique that can help you reset that forgetting curve and not forget things. And that's called spaced repetition. You can do exclamation point study tips to watch a video on this. But the point here is that we want to be doing things often, repeating, and these big four, the variables, the functions, the conditionals, these loops, you can build whatever you want with these four. So we're going to do a lot of spaced repetition with those four, just so you don't forget. So you can have that language, you can talk that talk, right? When you're on the job, when you're in the interview, it's important. Now, we're doing spaced repetition during class, but you should also be doing spaced repetition with Anki on your own. I know during break you might have slacked off on Anki a little bit. Now's the time to pick it back up, right? It should be a daily practice. You should be reviewing every day. And the reason why we use Anki and not just like generic flashcards is because there's an algorithm that's helping you reset the forgetting curve so that you actually have things that get stuck in your brain for the long haul. All right. So make sure you're picking back up Anki. Make sure you're doing your spaced repetition. And then the other fundamental technique that we've talked about that you must do, that you must include in your studying repertoire is what, chat? Jen, I was on Anki 50% of the time. Hell yeah. What's the other really fundamental studying technique that we know that we have to implement? Oh, there we go. People in chat getting it. Hell yeah. Active recall. Active recall is super important. There is a really foundational study that proved folks that read through material and then talk out loud about the things that they just learned, they actively recalled the things that they just learned, did 33% better than pretty much every other technique out there. Folks that read it once and then actively recalled all the things that they just learned did better than folks that read the same material 4 times. Could you imagine doing better than somebody with a quarter of the effort? That's what active recall does for you, and that's why you should implement it always. After class, you should actively recall. What did I just learn? What did we cover? What did we do? Right? What did we learn about variables? What did we learn about functions, conditionals, loops? What did we cover? You should do that after every class, right? Go talk to your significant other. Go talk to your pet. Go talk to your duck. Go talk to your Bob if you got one, right? Do what you got to do to actively recall, right? You should do that after every class. The thing that me and my wife do beautifully, and the thing that I love, is that whenever we learn something new, we tell each other about it. She's not a developer, and I'm not doing my PhD in education, but we tell all the cool things that we've learned. We tell all the things that we studied, and that's active recall, right? And so figure out how to bake in that active recall. I think it's really important that we just kind of took a moment to highlight that, because those two things are going to change the game in your learning. And so I'm glad to see all the folks that have been like, I've been on the Anki grind. I love it. Cool. All right. Jelani, thank you for the posture check. We are at the top of the hour. And so since we're at the top of the hour, we always like to take a break. So we're going to do that. We're going to put 5 minutes on a timer. I want you to get up. I want you to move. I want you to hydrate. I want you to do what you need to do in these 5 minutes, and then come on back. We're going to jump right into variables. We're going to review them quickly, and then we're going to start writing some code. So happy you're here. I'm so excited that you're back. Let's start doing some code, but let's take 5 minutes, hydrate, stretch, get up, do what you got to do. I'm going to do the same thing. And you know it's not that kind of stream, so I'll be right back. Some music for you. Oh, yeah. What Google form are you looking for, Suma? Yeah, Anki, you don't have to on that one. Sorry, I'm already taken. You should never pay for Anki. So Anki is completely free on desktop and Android. If you have iOS, they charge it's like $25 or something like that. But if you're on iOS and you want to review on your phone, you can use the web app. So just Anki Web, and that's completely free. So don't like download anything or pay for it. Yeah. Chris, no, we're not on TikTok. We don't use it at all. Dev Henry, that's awesome. Glad to hear it. Hypothetically speaking, if I become a mod, do I get direct access to your secret OnlyFans? No, I mean, if the mods want that perk, we can make it happen, but that's not a perk right now. Yeah, don't pay for it on iOS. You can just you can take the steps that About It said. OnlyFans equals mod payment. That Kid Neptune, do what you can. What I would like for you to do, that Kid Neptune, is I would look at the HTML and CSS review class on YouTube and the JavaScript review class that we did before. You do those two, come ready for next week, you're good. I'll put a list of the top 4 things you should do to catch up I'll put that on our Discord channel after class. So when I put the solution code for today onto Discord, I'll also put like the 4 things you should do to catch up if you need to catch up. How do I win access to the OnlyFans? Channel points. So if you click my little face underneath the send message, there's channel points that you can redeem. You get channel points just by being here. The more channel points you get, the cooler stuff you can get. And for 1,000,000 points, you can do OnlyFans. Leon, what about time slots we can get? I actually just opened up some new time slots. So if you want to book a one-on-one with me, leonnoel.com/book time. Every Monday, I have like 20 slots open. That's 15 minutes. Please don't book more than one. I'll cancel it. But if you want to meet, just go ahead and do a 15-minute slot and we'll chat on Monday. Yeah, so that's how you can do it. Just opened up new times. Jelani, get out of here. Leon, I thought about you this break. Got an 80% discount on a $900 chair on Craigslist. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Can we get a going live channel? Yes. Discord is going to change a lot this weekend. We have a lot of new channels that we're adding, and one of them will definitely be a going live channel. You're going to have to be like approved to post, but Diabolical and Rex, you're both will be the first two. Basically, if you're a part of the community, we want to know and be able to support you when you go live. Can I use channel point mock interview time to have a real life help conversation instead of an interview? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Mayu. Chop, you got a 64-ounce water bottle? Hell yeah. Hydration is a 2021 goal. That's mine too. All right, folks, come on back. Come on back. Let's get into this. Get on into this, folks. All right. Yeah, Reptar's not here today. I know a lot of folks had some last minute break stuff too. All right. Let's get into it. We're going to go over variables. We're going to get our fingers moving on these keyboards. Come on back. Come on back. Karma, hey, excited you're back too. Glad you're here. Alrighty. Let's go into these variables. Izzy already got us. Buckets. All right. So what are variables? Variables are simply a way of telling our program to remember a value for later on. The entity we use to store those values is called a variable. Around here, we like to think of them as buckets. So let's imagine that we have a space for memory. In that space in memory, we can place a bucket that has a name. So we can put like an age bucket, and then we could store in that bucket a value. So now we have this bucket called age. And if we wanted to, we could put a value into that bucket. So in this case, we're going to put the value of 21 into that bucket. Now, if anyone ever asked us what age is, we would tell them 21. This is all that our variables are doing, right? They're just enabling us to store a value and then being able to retrieve that value later on, okay? When we look at our variable here, so let's go ahead and pretend that we're going to create let's do memory again. So we have our memory, and then we're going to go ahead and do 2 steps that are key to our variables. When we declare the variable, we're actually creating that bucket. So this is the declaration. The declaration simply means that we've created the thing that's going to hold the value. That's all it is. So here we have a new bucket called age. We have that bucket that can eventually hold a value. On the next step, we're doing something called assignment, which is where we're giving that bucket a value. So I'm going to put into age the number 25. All right. So the first step, creating the bucket, is called declaration. The second step is called assignment. And you can do both at the same time. You can declare and assign. Dragonoid, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. Osiris, we'll see you here next week. Glad you stopped by. All right. We can do both at the same time, declaration and assignment, and really push yourself to start using these terms. Like when you're recalling your code or you're writing out your code, say, all right, I'm going to declare my variable and assign it a value. You want to make sure, right? You want to make sure that you are using these terminology, like these terms, and you're using them as you're talking, as you're working with others, especially as you start to pair program. Force yourself to use these terminology, like these terms, because that's going to be important. You want to sound like you know what you're doing, right? You all know what you're doing when it comes to variables. You want to sound like it too. Force yourself to use the words. All right. When you are declaring variables, like you're creating your buckets, you're going to give them a name. A convention that you can probably want to keep is something called camel case, which is where every variable starts off with a lowercase letter, and then every other word inside the variable is capitalized. And the reason we do this is just that we all know the convention around our variable names. And the reason why I like camel case is because I can use it in my HTML, my CSS, and my JavaScript, right? So that's why I like having camel case, because you can use it everywhere. But you might use underscores or hyphens. That's up to you. Just make sure you stick to it. Don't mix and match throughout your code base. Have one thing and keep consistent with it. All right. Our variables, our buckets can hold different types of data. We've seen strings, which are pieces of text. We've seen numbers, right? In JavaScript, we can have whole numbers, integers, or floated values, numbers with decimal places. We can have signed numbers, so positive or negative. And we can do any of the traditional arithmetic in our JavaScript. We can add, subtract, multiply, divide, or even do something called modulus, which gives us the remainder, right? So addition is plus, subtraction is a hyphen, multiplication is an asterisk, division is a /, and modulus, we use the percent sign. So we'll see that. I don't want to think of my age bucket. It's getting bigger. Me too. Ugh. All right. So let's go ahead and do our first code along today. Well, it's not code along. You're going to take a few minutes to do it. We're going to open up variable fun time. It's the same name as the previous one that we did, but the questions are new. So if you're new and you want the code that we're going to work through today, you're going to go to our Discord, !Discord. You agree to the rules, and then there's a follow along materials channel that will have the zip file that you'll need for today's class. So let's go ahead, download that material if you need it, open up these files, and let's start working through it. There is a JavaScript file, and that JavaScript file has some JavaScript for you to follow along with. If you're new and you've never written a line of JavaScript, that's okay. We're going to go over this in just a few minutes together. So I'm going to put, let's do 3 minutes here. Let's do 4 minutes. Put 4 minutes on the clock. Go ahead and try this. Get it done in 4 minutes. If you're done, go ahead and put done in chat for me. If you're new, a lot of this is going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. You might never have seen it before. Hang around, absorb, active recall, the things that we're going through. Look at the slides for examples on how to do this. And then we're going to go over it together in just a few minutes. Funny commentary, trying to get banned. Miriam scrambling. And if you're also new, we share the solutions at the end of every class on Discord as well. Glad you're all here. Glad you're working hard. Let me put some music on for you. You got this. Can I assign and declare at the same time? You can, yeah. Team sarcastic case. Get out of here, Miriam. Choo-choo, let Michael I declare bankruptcy. SpongeBob case. Ooh. Endine. Done. Well done. That was quick. 2 minutes? Well done. Shout out to all the new folks that are here. I see you. Shire, Pawnee, Hack, Toka, Good Food, Good Fod, O2. Done as you're going to get, you think, all right, hey, good you got through it. If you've been here before, we've kind of done some similar ones here, but we spiced them up a little bit. So, Yash with the Dunzo. Nice. Tonight's a review. So we're going to build, we're going to see, we're going to use examples. The ones we go over now, we're going to be using in the next set of examples, so it's going to build. Ooh, all these folks being done. Love it. I love it. Diabolical done. Wolfpack done. Blah, blah, blah done. With the mod flare, too. Look at that. Knowing more done. Orasi done. That kid Neptune. Ugh. What's the Ugh, Neptune? This is your first time. It's going to be Ugh. Trust me. You're still climbing the hill. Go for Mitch is done. Nice. Coordinate done. Miriam done. Habanero done. Luck Monkey. What's going on, Luck Monkey? How you doing? Done. Surat done. Ugh is a wonderful place to be. Ugh means you're trying. Most folks don't even try. Ugh is a wonderful place to be. Alrighty, folks. Come on back. Come on back. Got a couple duns at the end. Student, Karma, Pam CCC. All right. Let's go over this together, folks. Well, I tried. That's what we're here for. We're here to try. You're going to see the solution. You're going to commit it to your Anki or your spaced repetition so you don't ever forget it again. All right. Let's kill the music and let's jump into it. Rupa here with the hydration. Cheers to you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get into it. So create a variable and assign it a Boolean. Chat, what is a Boolean? We haven't talked about that tonight. What's a Boolean? True or false, exactly. I saw some folks repping pizza places. We always know around these parts, Domino's equals true. All right. Now, let's go and do the next one. So here we did our declaration and our assignment, right? Boom. Let's go ahead and create a variable and assign it a string that is a number. All right, let's go and do that. So let's go to create a variable. So let's call let num, short for number, equal. And then we're going to assign it a string that is a number. So if we're doing a string, we know we're going to have quotes. And let's do a number of 5. All right, number 5. All right, number 5. Now, the next one is I put a little gotcha in here, a little trick for you. If you've been around these parts, it's a little bit of a trick. I even put a nice GIF in there for you. How can I go ahead and add 10 to a string? Like, let's go ahead and do it. Let's do num equals num plus 10. Let's see what happens. Let's save this and let's alert num just so we can see it. Let's go ahead and do it. We get 510. What we really wanted was 15. So what's happening there, chat? What just happened with this code? Why did we not get 15? Yeah. Concatenation. Exactly. We're concatenating. Whenever you try to add something to a string, it's a string, like a piece of text. So what we did is we made a sandwich. We took our string of 5 and we snapped onto it 10 at the end. So it didn't do any addition. It just created 510 as a string or a piece of text. So what we need to do is we need to take num and make it a number. So let's save it and try it again. And now we're getting 15. All right, we're getting 15. You could have also used parse int here as well. Remember, number is a function that is built into JavaScript that makes this problem easy for us, right? It makes it so we don't have to code something that does that for us. We could code our own number or our own parse int, but the reason why JavaScript is a good language is it has all these stuff built in for us to use. It'd be hard to have a language that have all these wonderful tools built in, so we're going to use them as we kind of continue on. All right. That worked out well. Good job. I saw all of the numbers and the parse ints in chat. I saw folks dropping the concatenation. I feel like we've been learning some stuff these past couple classes. All right, print that number to the console. Let's go ahead and do that. Simple console log num. Cool. All right, so we have a console log num. I am saving, Command S to save. And then I'm just opening this HTML file in my browser. And if I want to see the console, I can right click, inspect, and I get my console here that I can see 15 in the console. So we'll leave the console up just in case we need it later on, but that's the console. The console is where we're able to see the JavaScript execute in the browser. All right, let's go ahead and go back. We had a medium challenge here. Create a variable that holds a value from the input. So if we look, we have an input called, doesn't have an ID, it's just an input, right? So if we want to get a variable that holds a value from the input, let me go ahead and create a variable here. Let's call input val equal, and then chat, how do I get a value out of an input? What do I use? What do I use to get a value out of an input? What's the bit of code that I need? What's the bit of code I need to get the value out of the input? All right, there we go. We're seeing it there. Yash got it. So if we're looking here in the browser, remember, we call this the DOM. Ooh, I did that on the wrong thing. All right, remember, we call this the DOM. What we're seeing in the browser is the rendering of our HTML and our CSS, right? It's as though a painter has taken our HTML, has taken our CSS, and painted everything that we see. We call that the DOM. JavaScript is really good at going in and fucking all up. It's really good at messing it all up. It's really good at pulling stuff out. It's really good at putting stuff in. And so we can use JavaScript to do that. So we can go ahead and say, look in the DOM, right? And then we're going to tell it what to find. Query selector, and we're going to tell it to find the input. Just going to tell it to find the input. And then once it's found the input, right? Once it's found the input, we can say, give us the value that is inside of it. All right. Not a kid-friendly stream. Sorry. I gotta leave that to my OnlyFans content. Sorry. I apologize. All right. So now what this is going to do, this is going to look in that render, look in that DOM, find the input, and grab the value out of it. All right. The cool thing is that once it grabs that value, it's going to put it inside the input it val. Right? That bucket's going to hold it. Okay. Then we could add 21 to that number. Input val. And we can say plus equals 21. All right. 21. We could do input val equals input val plus 21. All right. There we go. And then we can alert that number. Now, the funny thing is, this is not going to work. This code right here, chat, is not going to work. We're not going to be able to put something into the input, add 21 to it, and then alert it. Why is this not going to work? Why is this not going to work? There's twist. I got y'all. There's twist in these codes this evening. No Smurf. There you go. There's no event. So what's happening? Like if we go to the browser and we refresh, it happened instantly. So this code ran instantly. It went and got the value out of the input, which was an empty space. And then on this line, we took an empty space and added 21 to it. And then we got an alert of 21, right? This ran auto-magically. It ran right from the beginning. It didn't wait for anything. It didn't wait for us to click. It didn't wait for us to do anything. It just ran, right? And so what we want to do is set it up so that we don't have to worry about that. We can take our time and then click. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and create a click event here. And let's see what we have, something that we can click on in the DOM. So we have an H1 here called Mr. Right Now. We're going to go ahead and use that ID. All right, we're going to use that ID to set an event listener, to set a Smurf. Document dot query selector Mr. Right Now. All right. We're going to add an event listener. We're going to say it's a click event. And then we are going to call a function here. Let me make this a little bit smaller here. We're going to call a function called add 21. There we go. Add 21. All right. So let's go ahead and create that function. I know we're jumping ahead here with the functions. I just wanted to show it. Function add 21. And we're going to take all this stuff up here, all this stuff, and put it inside of our function. Let's save it. And let's go ahead and try that. So let's refresh. Let's do 21. And we got 21. Wait a minute. Why didn't we get 42? Why did we get 21? Chat, why did we get 21 and not 42? 21's older brother, 42. On and one. Thank you for the posture check. Ooh. Same issue we had before, right? It's the same issue. It's a concatenation, right? We're dealing with a string. The input at value is still a string. So let's go ahead and try and get a number out of it. We can even do this, right? We can just put this whole thing inside of number. All right, let's try that now. Let's come back. Let's OK and then refresh. And I'm going to click on put you in Chanel, teach you how to stunt. 42. All right. So now that we handled that concatenation issue, we're getting 42. All right. We're getting 42. 21's older brother. Ooh. Habdam said, if we would have had, and instead of it being type text, we did type number, it would have worked without needing to do the number here. That's a really interesting idea. Cool. So I know we jumped ahead a little bit with that one, but I thought that was cool to see. And then create a variable that holds the H1, add an event listener to that element that places the product of the two previous variables in the DOM. So that's a tricky one here. All right, so let's go ahead and take it step by step here. My daughter asked if you can wave to her. Hi, how you doing? Hold on. Hey, how you doing? Hope you're following along. Hope you're having fun. Hope you had a good holidays, a good happy new year. Excited that you're watching. Hope you're having a good day. All right, let's go ahead and do the create a variable that holds the H1. So the H1 is Mr. Right Now. So let's go ahead and create that variable. Let's go ahead and do let Mr. Right Now equal document.query selector Mr. Right Now. And that's it. So now that H1, this whole element will now be stored in Mr. Right Now. All right. Don't let your kids listen to this song. I would definitely pay a lot of moolah for a Leon Codes with Kids channel. So I did for a stint, I was doing private tutoring, and that's probably the funnest time I've ever had with code. I had one client who had a 4-year-old, 6-year-old, and 9-year-old, and I would teach them how to code. It's like the funnest time I've ever had in my life. It was really cool. All right. So now we have the element inside of Mr. Right Now. Now we're going to add an event listener to that element. So Mr. Right Now dot add event listener. And I'm going to do click. And we're going to put stunt. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and just comment this out for now. And what it wants us to do is take the product of the previous two variables and put them in the DOM. Well, we only have, the other one was like in here and I don't feel like messing with that. So we're just going to take num and multiply it by itself and put it in the DOM. So let's go ahead and create our function for stunt. Cool. And where do we want to put it into the DOM? We want to put it into need some TLC, this H2 here. No problem, Miss Turner. Let's go ahead and put the result into need some TLC. So we can go ahead and target that document.query selector. And we are going to select need some TLC. And we're going to put inside of it, let's just put in, let's see what was up here. What's the name of that? Num times num. There we go. Let's just do that. Yeah. We didn't have a second variable because we did the other funky thing just to reinforce the concatenation. But let's check this out. Let's see what happens. Let's give this a gander here. All right, let's refresh. Let's click put you in Chanel. I'm going to teach you how to stunt. We get 225. Interesting. Oh, remember we added, it's 15 times 15. First try, even though I didn't realize it. So there we go. So the key takeaway here, right? The key takeaway here is that we're just kind of bringing back up some of these old patterns, right? We are declaring and assigning. And we're seeing that when you declare and assign a variable, yeah, you can do like what we've seen before, where you declare and assign a one line. You can give it a type, like a Boolean, a string, or a number, right? We've seen that. But the cool thing about JavaScript is that we can also then go ahead and store elements, like DOM elements, things that we want to manipulate or click or do something to. We can also store those in variables, and it's going to make it a lot easier for our code to like be readable and maintainable. And so that's really cool too. We also saw our event listeners come back, right? Our Smurfs back in town. We created some simple functions. And so this one was a interesting one to jump back into, but it kind of hit on a lot of stuff that we're just going to kind of keep reinforcing tonight. Blue circle. Blah, blah, blah. Logic games are fun for little ones who don't use computers yet. Absolutely. So what I would do with the 4-year-old and the 6-year-old is we had a huge chessboard, and we would put different characters on the chessboard. And then we had a deck of cards that were like, take a step forward, take a step back, rotate, or like rotate 90 degrees, like all these things. And what they had to do is they had to lay out all of the cards in order to get their character to the other character. So kind of like built up like that logical thinking. It taught them like procedural thinking, like basics of programming even. And so that was a really fun task to do with them. Yeah. All right. We reviewed our variables a little bit. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep going. Congrats on being here tonight. Congrats on showing up. Not everyone did that. You did it. You're here. That's worthwhile. One hop this time. Oh, that's so cool, Blah. Robot Maze. I think I need to play that later tonight too. All right. Making decisions. It's going to come a time in our code where we want to make decisions. And so the entity that we have that can make decisions is a conditional. But before we can get to our conditional, we have to understand how JavaScript treats values and how it can evaluate less than or greater than or equal to, right? So let's go through that. We have something called equality in JavaScript. We have 2 equal signs or 3 equal signs, right? 2 equal signs, chat. What does 2 equal signs compare? In JavaScript, what does 2 equal signs compare? Yeah, just value. And what does 3 equal signs compare, chat? Value and type, exactly. So here we're looking at 3 lines of code. We're saying the number 9 equals the number 9 in value and type. That's true. Then we're saying the number 7 equals the number 3 in value and type. That is false. 7 does not equal 3. But the cool thing and interesting about JavaScript is we can do string to string. So string hello equals string hello. That's also true in JavaScript. That's wild sauce, but it works. You can take these comparisons to the next level. You can start looking at, is it equal, or with the bang, not equal. I'm going to save you the pain. I'm going to save you the pain. We'll skip it. I saw Mirror and just said, no. We'll skip it for tonight. This is a review anyway. We'll skip it for tonight. Let's jump into conditionals. So now we know that things can be equal to, less than, or greater to. We can use this conditional syntax in JavaScript, right, to determine if something is true. If whatever you put inside these parentheses is true, then you're going to do what is inside of the curly braces. So that's all it is if what is inside the parentheses is true, then we do what is inside the curly braces. Pretty simple. So let's take a look. Where it gets a little bit more detailed is that we saw that there are not only ifs, but there are else ifs and then else. In this case, if the if was false, then we will check the else ifs condition. We're just going to look here and say, all right, well, that if was not true. Let me check the else if. Now, if the else if is true, we do what is inside of the curly braces and then we stop. Right? So you can have as many else ifs as you would like. You can have an if, else if, else if, else if, else if, else if, else if, as long as you want. And then an else is a default condition. If everything above was false, right? If the if was false, if the else if was false, if everything above it was false, the else automatically runs. It doesn't check for anything. It just runs. Okay. So some folks get confused and they put a condition here. You don't need a condition with an else. It's a default. It just runs. Okay. So here is our famous conditional syntax example. Saw some traders amongst us in chat earlier, but if the pizza equals Domino's, as it always does in this channel, what will be printed to the console? What will be printed to the console here? If you've never typed in chat before, answer this question. If you've never typed in chat before, type the answer in chat to this for me, please. You, yes, you, that has never typed in chat before, go ahead and type the answer in chat. I'm waiting. Go ahead. It's all right. We're here to support you. We're proud you're here. Go ahead and type the answer. Don't make me sing. Everyone's just mad that I made them type Flavortown. Of course. In this case, pizza never equals Papa John's. Right? I feel like this will be how you know I've sold out. Like the day I come in and I'm wearing like a Papa John's t-shirt, like a Papa John's hat, and like you see like the hashtag ad on the channel and it's like, it's brought to you by Papa John's, the best pizza. That's when you'll know that Leon has sold out and nothing is right in the world. But for now, pizza never equals Papa John's. It does, however, in this case, equal Domino's. So since pizza equals Domino's, we print to the console all aboard the train to Flavortown, and we stop. That's how we know you've been kidnapped. They've been feeding me Papa John's. All right. So remember, we checked. Pizza did not equal Papa John's, so we skipped to the else if. Pizza did equal Domino's, so we printed all aboard the train to Flavortown. And since that was true, we stopped. The else never ran. All right. What's the danger of assignment versus comparison, chat? What's that danger? What am I talking about here? What is danger about assignment versus comparison? Yeah. If inside of a conditional, you accidentally do, instead of like 2 or 3, just 1, what you're doing in that instance is reassigning pizza to Papa John's, and that's actually a true statement. And so since it's true, scram will run. So you weren't trying to reassign anything. You were just trying to do a comparison. This is probably the error that I see the most beginners come across. Like whenever somebody's like, Leon, my code's not working, my conditionals aren't working, like 90% of the time it's they did 1 equal sign instead of 2 or 3, right? So be careful. You don't want to reassign. You always want to check for comparison, and comparison in JavaScript is always 2 or 3 equal signs. All right. We also saw before the break multiple conditions. We have to check to see if both things are true. So when you have the double ampersand both have to be true. So my name is Leon and my status is ballin', so wink at the camera. If you want more of that, you can come to the OnlyFans. All right. Ski hit it too. And then the confusion, why is it true? Oh boy. Booty Liquor in the house with the hydration. Cheers to you. Glad you're here. Oh, Will, that's a mean bug. Intert text. Oh boy. All right. We can also have an or. So the double ampersand was and. Double pipe character is or. So double pipe character is both of these. Pipe character is traditionally above your enter key on the right hand side. And in this case, only one has to be true. Both don't need to be true, just one. It could either be Saturday or it could be Sunday, and it is the weekend. Cool. So, oh, I forgot to change this. It's not age checker. My bad. It is called day checker. So go ahead and open up day checker for me. And day checker is going to have some stuff that I want you to do. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're opening up let me go ahead and do this. We're opening up day checker. If you're new and you want the code that we're about to work through, ! Discord will take you to our Discord, agree to the rules, and you will be able to get all the materials that you need for what we're about to go through. I thought the same thing, O'Neill. Day man. Cool. Let's take a look at it. We got some lovely stuff in the HTML. We got a what day and a what house input. We got an H1 with the word check and then a paragraph. And then we have a main.js. And that main.js has a conditional that I want you to work through. I want you to work through this conditional for me. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to let's put 5 minutes on the clock here. This is a little bit more of a difficult one. 5 minutes on the clock. Go ahead and work through this. If you're done, go ahead and put done in the chat. I'm going to bring up some music for you here. If you have questions, go ahead and ask questions while we're here. But go ahead and take that 5 minutes to work through this. We're working on day checker. Day checker. The nuns. All the new folks that are here. Glad you're here. Ideology. Ben Codes. Jimperia. D. The TV is here. What's up? Fresh Prince. What's going on? Choo. I see you. Sona. Welcome. Welcome. Shire. Welcome. Is your logo by coding or what? What logo? What are you talking about, Mix? Straight Jacket. Thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. General Knox said, is it odd that I almost always come back to the VOD and do these again after class? That's not odd. That's awesome. That is your spaced repetition and active recall in action. That's great. I love it. Way to be. Your logo in the Twitch profile is the picture by coding. No, I think I actually hired somebody to do that. That's not by coding. That was just Photoshop. Or actually, I think that was Illustrator. We have seen some fun. We do have a class, like an older class. If you go to my YouTube, there is an older class on CSS Animations. So there is some really cool stuff that you can do at CSS. And so if you're interested in like what you can like creatively make with just CSS, check out that CSS Animations class. Bang YouTube here in chat, ! YouTube, and you can find it there. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea, like to revisit, redo. In fact, that's why for a couple of homeworks I said to go ahead, delete everything, and type it all out again. It's a time-proven method to get it to sync. Is there an advantage of using switch instead of if statements? There can be. Yep. So like there are certain scenarios where sometimes you might use one or the other, but generally, if you feel comfortable with either syntax, you can use them. Oh, code all. That's a good one. So while people, I'll wait until folks come back from break to talk about that, because I want to make sure that everyone hears it, and some folks kind of tune out during the coding session. So yeah, in a minute we'll go over that, but that's really, thank you for the reminder. I put it in the in like the notice for today, but I think that's really important to kind of go over. Sorry, just pulling up the notice here because I want to make sure I point people in the right direction. Let me find the link. I know the link is in our Discord. Hold on 1 second. Let me find it. There we go. Ooh, 30 seconds left. Dig deep. You got this. Alrighty, folks. Dig deep. We're going to go over it together. Don't worry. All right. Here we go. Found the link. Boom. Alrighty, folks. Come on back. Come on back. Alrighty. Habanero, we are on class 14, but now's a good time to catch up. I'm going to post after this class on Discord the best things to watch to catch up. So glad y'all got a start on this. Let's go over this together. I know this one's a little bit trickier. I'm going to kill the music here. Sorry, I was kind of scrambling to find this link. I wanted to share it with y'all. Let me paste it. All right. So I recommended a plugin for your browser called the Great Suspender. It's something that I've used for a long time. Apparently it was like a new owner has been maintaining it and may have been like inserting malicious code. So you should definitely turn off the Great Suspender, like remove it if you installed it. And you can follow the link that I just posted. And if you follow that link, it'll show you how to like do it from source. So there's like a safe way to still use it, but the one straight from the store has some weird stuff going on. So yeah, so go ahead. If you've been using Great Suspender, please remove it. Like after class, just remove it. And then if you want to use it still, there's a safe way to do it in the link I just posted. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a little weird. I don't think anybody finished. Let's go ahead and put 2 more minutes on the clock. This was a hard one. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm going to put 2 more minutes on. I think that's fair. Let's put 2 more minutes on the clock. And just to give folks a little bit more time here. That was a hard one. Yeah, 2 more minutes. Favorite Gen 2 starter? Chikorita's Gen 2, right? Yeah, Chikorita. Always do grass starters. Kid Neptune, the Great Suspender is an app or like a Chrome extension that if you have a lot of tabs open, it stops each of those tabs from running. So you're not consuming RAM or resources to keep that tab open. So if you're like me and you have a bazillion, I've shown it a few times on stream, I just have a bazillion tabs open all the times. And Great Suspender makes it so that I'm not burning resources or RAM or stuff to keep all those tabs open. It's one of my favorite extensions. It just so happens that something malicious happened to it, but there's a way to use it regularly. And so I put that in chat. And it's also on Discord in today's announcement for class in the follow along materials channel. Yeah, one tab is dope. Oh yeah, Trufert, your tabs aren't gone. What you'll notice is if you remove the extension, they all are jumbled. And so you have to just go to the end of each URL, copy and paste it into the URL bar. So like since the extension is no longer there, the first part of each URL will be the extensions code. And at the very end will be the actual URL, so you can still copy it and repaste it into that tab. That's what I had to do. Alrighty, folks, come on back. Come on back. Let's go over this together. You can right-click tabs in Chrome now to create groups. Yeah, that's huge. Also, supposedly the same functionality as the Great Suspender should be coming to Chrome very soon. So hopefully you won't need an extension to do it in the future. All right, let's go over this together. Let's take a peek. Create a conditional that checks the day. And we also had this like take the value from the input like harder portion here. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and click on the H1. There's no other H1, so we can just do H1. So let's go ahead and do document.query selector. And we're just going to target the H1. And we're going to add an event listener to it. And that event listener will be a click. And when we click, we want to run day check. Cool. Let's go ahead and create our function called day check. And what we want to do is we want to grab the value from the input. So we've already seen this. We've already done grabbing the value from the input. We have an input called what day and a value called what house. So let's go ahead and grab both of those. So it's going to say let, or we can even do const here, const what day equals, and then we're going to do document, just the same thing we saw last one. Query selector, what day. Cool. And then on the next line, it's going to be the same thing that we saw before, same thing above. What house equals document dot query selector what house. Cool. So now we're grabbing both of those, but we want the value that's inside of those things. So we're going to do dot value. Cool. So now we got the value from them, right? And what we also want though is if we get the value from these inputs, right? If we get the values from these inputs, there's something that we're going to have to worry about. We're going to have to worry about something by grabbing these values. Ooh, Electro Jesus in the cut. I see you. Yeah, they might be capitalized. They might not be capitalized. So we're going to want to lowercase them, right? We're going to want to lowercase them. So we can do dot to lowercase, right? We can do to lowercase. Let's see if this works. Let's see if to lowercase works like this. To lower. Let's see if it works. Let's see if to lowercase works. All right. We'll try that first. If not, we'll figure out a way to make it work. But we're going to try to lowercase. Yes. Y'all on fire today. 2 lowercase. Cool. And then let's go ahead and just console log. Let's just console log our values. Just to make sure that it's all working. So if this is working, we should be able to put a value in both of these. And we should be able to click on the H1 and it should all work. So let's go ahead and open this in the browser. All right, what day is it? It is Thursday. And house are you in? Oh, could hurt some. I'm gonna say mod house. All right, let's go ahead and check. I'm gonna open up our inspector. Look at the console. All right, cool. We got Thursday and mod house. Great, and it's working. And we're also gonna notice that, let me make this a little bit bigger. Sorry, I know it's a little hard to see there. There we go, make that bigger. What we're also gonna notice is that the Thursday here is capitalized, mod house here is uppercase, and then down here it's both lowercase. So we know it's working. Unless I panicked. I didn't want to say a house, and then people were like, Leon's in our house. So I panicked. I said mod house. We'll create our own house. We have a mod house now. Welcome. All right. So now we know that it's working. We know that we can get the values out of both of these inputs. It's time to build our conditional. So let's go ahead and grab this these comments up here, and we'll just throw our comments into our code down here, and now we can start checking for these conditionals. All right. All right, let's just run through it. We might have to like change up some of these, but we're going to do if Tuesday or Thursday, tell them they have class. All right, so we can say if what day equals, and then we're going to do lowercase Tuesday, and then double pipe character for or, and we'll say what day equals Thursday. Cool. And we'll keep that lowercase. That would be, and we would just tell them, how do we want to do it? We can just console log it. Console log, we have class. Have class. Cool. We can then say else if. We can do else if. We can say what day equals Saturday. Cool. Saturday. All right. We can say we have office hours. Yeah, little kid outside. That's hilarious. He's like screaming his lungs out. Oh, yeah, my capitals. Good call. Remember, we're making everything lowercase, right? Since everything's lowercase, we can't have any capital letters here. All right. Else if we can say Friday. So we'll say what day equals Friday. And because we've got to check for both of these, what... It didn't autocomplete for me. What house equals touring? Then we will console log. We have private office hours, because those are coming soon. Private office hours are coming. Then we can do else if. Let's say, copy that. Boom. Day equals Wednesday. Wednesday. I always have to say that in my head. House equals Hopper. Boom. Then we have just kind of the same thing again. We'll just say for Hopper just so we can see different. Cool. I think he's hinting at something. I am hinting at something. Haha. And then last one we have, I believe, was Monday. And let's just do a fun one here. Else if what day equals Monday and what house equals Hamilton, we will log book a 101. And if anyone would like to book a 101, since you're all here, the riffraff have left. If you would like to book a 101, you can go to leonnoel.com/booktime. So there's like a playground right near my house, and so they're just having fun. The kid's okay. Yeah, book time. So if you wanted to book a 101, you could do that. And then else, so if none of these were true, we can go ahead and say you should be studying. Study. All right. So I've opened up like 80 slots. So there should be 20 every Monday. So if there's none this Monday, people beat you to it. Check the next couple Mondays out. All right. Let's go ahead and refresh and see if this works. Let's try Wednesday and Hopper. Ooh, nice. Let's try Monday and Hamilton. Let's try Friday and Turing. All right. So it's working. Let's just try a random day. Like let's try like a Sunday and no house. And of course, it doesn't cover all of our bases. There can still be like people that like are wrong houses, wrong day. But the default is study. Cool. All right. So it's working. First try. I'll take that. Take that all day. So if you want this glorious conditional, I will share it after class on Discord, as always. I use Moment.js for time a lot. Choo-choo. That's what I use a lot. Cool. All right. That was a good one. Let's jump back into the slides. So far, we've reviewed our variables, our conditionals, and we're going to move on to reviewing. Hey, Sabotage, thank you for the gifted sub. We are going to move into our functions. But before we do that, it's time to answer in chat, what is the best television show of all time? Melissa, be ready to ban. Thank you. Blah, blah, chop. You're in here too, Kayla. All right. All right, we see nobody has to be banned. We're all good. It is The Bachelor, as always. And with that, we're going to take a break. So we're at the top of the hour. And as always, we want to go ahead and be healthy. We're here to be programmers for the long haul. We're here to be software engineers for the rest of our lives, for our careers. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. Stretch, hydrate, do what you got to do. I'm going to do the same. And since I'll be stretching, getting limber, I'm not going to do that on cam. That's for my OnlyFans. Be right back. Get up, go, stretch. Do what you got to do. Be back here in 4. Go. Get up. Do it. Go stretch. Hydrate. Water if you can. If you're able. Please. Be right back. So what you know about love? I got what you need. Boom. Oh yeah. Pop Smoke. I would keep going. I want to get DMCA'd. Get up. Take a break. Hydrate. Do what you gotta do. Oh, damn, Bull is hip. Bull is hip. Yeah, I had to start off class with that. That's one of the best. If you've never listened to Doomsday, oh man, missing out. R.I.P. Oh, Jen making my kids dinner in 2 minutes. Oh no. You playing the new Pokemon games on Switch? Yes, I have. Here's what I want. I want the new Pokemon games with the Pokemon X and Y player system. If you give me that, you give me the X and Y player system with the new gen plus raids, I will be the happiest of campers. I hate the online for the new gen of Pokemon. Like, yeah, raids are cool, stuff like that, but I have to organize myself entirely on Discord to do any fun stuff. I want like when I played X and Y for the first time, that felt like I was like walking around and somebody from Japan would message me. Like, that was huge, right? Like the idea that I could go from like randomly encountering someone, battling them, all the way to having them on my friends list to then have like voice chat with, like, that was amazing. It blew my mind. I still hands down my favorite, one of my favorite Pokemon, my favorite video game experience, being able to do that. And so I feel like the online really missed out. I'm really excited by like Temtem and other kind of like monster games that have like chat and stuff built in and where they're going with that stuff. But yeah, so that's one other thing. I just think the online could be a little better. I'm not even mad about decks or any stuff like that. Just give me better online. I need to stunt. I need to flex on people. Got 20 seconds, folks. Grab that last bit of water before you come back. Do what you gotta do. Do you mind putting your code back up? Happily. And I'll, of course, share the code on Discord after class. So if you need it, you can come back to it after class and see it. Oh, it's Sabotage. I missed it while I was away. Thank you for the 1 month. I appreciate that. Oh, it was a gifted sub. Thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate you. Alrighty, folks. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. All right. We got two more big things to review. We're going to review our functions together. We're going to review our loops together, and then we'll end it for tonight. We'll be back together for our office hours on Saturday. Super excited to work through some of the break work together, to answer your questions about a career in tech. So don't forget, we're back here on Saturday together. Man, so thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. Let's go. All right, folks, let's jump into it. I never really like, I don't really ever like any of the gimmicks, Bazil. I don't really ever like any of the megas or the powers or whatever. I've never really liked them. The Gigamag, whatever you want to call it. I've never really liked them. I like to play VGC doubles, and I always felt like that added too much to it. I could see if like you're playing like singles or like OU, it could add like some nice stuff to it, but yeah. Alrighty. Let's talk about functions, folks. Let me go ahead and let's go ahead and kill the music here. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about what functions are. We're gonna do a practice, review loops, do a practice, and then we have like one more last practice, and that's where we'll end it this evening. So 3 more chances to get your fingers moving, to get back into the groove, writing some code. If you're new, welcome. 30-week software engineering bootcamp. Glad you're here. let's talk about functions. Snorlax is a legit OP Pokemon. All right. Functions are just simply sets of instructions. Functions we should aim to be reusable. And as a best practice, don't worry too much about that right now, but as a best practice, they really should perform one action. And we refer to functions really as the basic building blocks of any program. So if our programs are sets of instructions to tell a computer what to do, and functions are simple sets of instructions, you can see why they would be a big part of any program that we write. Excuse me. Functions have a very specific syntax, right? We have a function declaration. So here we have a function declaration. We're creating a function and putting it into memory. Just like we put variables into memory, we're putting these sets of instructions into memory. And then once they are in memory, we can call them. And calling is just a fancy word for making them run. When you call a function, you set those instructions into motion. They start to play. They start to do the things that you are going to do. Okay, so here we have a function declaration. We have a name with a function name with an argument. Remember, when we are calling our functions, we can pass in values, right? We can pass in values. Those values can then go into the function. We can use them as though they are variables that only exist inside of that function. Okay, so let's look at an example here. Here we have a function declaration called yell. We can see that it has the name yell, and we have something really special set up called a parameter. A parameter is just a fancy bucket that's going to hold a value for us. We can then reuse that value anywhere we want inside that function. Down here, we are calling the function yell. When we are calling a function, we're going to pass in what are called arguments. Arguments are the values that we're passing into the function. I like to joke, I call my mom to argue, right? We call to argue. I have a very healthy relationship with my mother. Don't ever argue, but that's what we're going to use to remember. We're going to call a function. We're going to pass in an argument. So in this case, our function call has the argument of hello. That falls into word. Wherever I see word, it's exactly the same as saying hello. Okay. Alrighty. Here's another example for us. Hold on, let me call my mom real quick. Doesn't sound like a very functional relationship. Woo! Here we go. That's good. That was a good one. Here we have a function declaration called yell again. This time we have two parameters and two arguments. All right. Hello is going to fall into word. Goodbye is going to fall into other word. So wherever I see word inside this function, it's actually hello. And wherever I see other word, it's actually goodbye. Okay. Chat. What are these, please? What are those? What did I just circle? What did I just circle, chat? Nice. A blue circle. Arguments, nice. And what are these? What are these, chat? Parameters. What are those? Parameters. What's this? What's that? What did I just circle, chat? Yeah, function declaration, nice. And chat, what's this? What's that, chat? What did I circle right there? Yeah, function declaration. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead and do a code simple functions. Go ahead and open up simple functions. Simple functions. So I'm going to close these two. And I have a folder called Simple Functions. I'm going to go ahead and open up Simple Functions. All right. There is some things for you to tackle here. Easy and medium, probably doable. Hard in the time frame, probably not, but we'll save that and go over it during office hours. I'm going to go ahead and put up 5 minutes on the clock here. 5 minutes on the clock here. And go ahead and give it a shot. All right, 5 minutes on the clock. If you get stuck or need help, go ahead and type in chat. But if you're new here, go ahead and if you want the materials, !Discord in our chat will give you to our Discord. Once you agree to the rules, there's a follow along materials channel. You can use that to get all the materials that we're using tonight on stream. If you're new and you're trying to say, hey, I want to join this bootcamp, but you seem like you're a little bit advanced, don't worry, join our Discord. I'm going to share the 4 things you need to do to get caught up. And then you can join us on Tuesday. All the new folks that are here, I see you. Welcome, Random, Bazil, Meow Foolery, Wasabi Poppy, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Andrea, Ideology, welcome, welcome. Keeber doubled my words per minute. Me too. Keeber's the truth. I love Keeber. If you're trying to up your coding speed, Keeber's the way to go. Alyssa, dumb, but I cheated. I did this earlier. Objects next week, arrays, and maybe objects. We'll see how it goes on Tuesday. Try and hit it. What plugins do I use in Atom? Actually, let's take a look. Oh, that's wrong window. I was like, why is it not opening? I use Atom Live Server, Atom Tag Wrapper. Open in browser is the one I use the most. If you want the terminal in Atom, like by being able to click this thing right here, just like in VS Code, the best one I have found is Platformio. Oh, that's why my window is really long. I was wondering why that wasn't like working well today. There we go. Hold on. Let me scooch this in here. Whoop. My bad, y'all. There we go. So that gives you like the terminal here. And that's it. Those are kind of like the only ones I use. I like to keep stuff clean, simple, easy. OOP, not this upcoming, but the following week. Yeah, I might have misspoke there. Yeah, if whatever it told you, yeah, alerts the alerts the sub. There you go. My bad. Good catch, Mom. Type eraser. Oh yeah. That was, yeah. Sorry, Murray. That was a mistype. You should try Tiles. Go resize your windows on Mac. Yeah. So I use something like during my day-to-day. I use Tmux, and so like I have windows for days. I only really use this to like when we're on stream, but I'll try Tiles. I think that would be pretty cool if it does like snap resizing. Snap on Windows, dope. All right, folks, you got a minute left. That's all right. Dig deep. You got this. Come on back. If you're done, put done in the chat. Are you done? What? That's dope. Well done. Well done. Well done. Ooh, we got some other folks coming in done. Done through Medium. I'll take it, O'Rossi. Go for Mitch, done. Sheening for the win, done. Pie's done, trying for hard, dope. Wolfpack done. It's Noda with the done to medium, I love it. Din's done. XCG done. Subtoast done, I love it. Miriam's done. Izzy's coming in with the done. The D4NE, the flow. Alrighty, folks. Well done, everyone. A lot of new folks too. They're in here getting things done. I love it. Happy you're all here. All right, come on back. Come on back. Let's look at these together. Come on back. Come on back. Is TypeScript going deep or wide? I think that's wide right now. Definitely one of my favorite tools, but right now it's wide. All right. Wait up. We got you, Kat. Come on back. All right, let's cut the music here. Let's go over easy and medium together. We'll save hard for our office hours. Create a function that adds two numbers and alerts the sum. All right, let's create a function here. We're going to call this add two and alert. Cool. And we're going to take in two numbers. So let's go ahead and give ourselves two properties here. We'll call it num1 and num2. Sorry, two parameters here. And then we're just going to alert the sum. And we'll alert num1. And then we're going to add num2. Cool. We didn't call it, though. So if we wanted this to run, we'd have to call it. The Kid Neptune, failing hasn't been this fun in a while. Hell yeah, that's why we're here. I love it. Happy you're here with us. Add to an alert, and we're going to call it. Let's pass in 2 and 3. That should give us 5. So let's go ahead and open this in the browser, make sure it's working. All right, we got 5. First try. All right, I'm excited. Let's keep it going, folks. Let's keep it going. Ooh, cross finish the hard. I'll take it. Create a function that divides two numbers and console logs the quotient. Haha, I did remember the quotient this time. All right, let's create a function. Call it divide. Ooh, sorry, my fingers are trippy today. Divide two and log. Cool. We know we're going to pass in two numbers. Let's just keep it a little bit shorter here. Num1, num2. And how do I'm just going to do regular division here. So I'm going to log, console log. And I'm going to do n1 divided by n2. There we go. And that should just log the quotient for us. Let's call it divide 2 and log. And let's pass in, let's do 6 and 3. Cool beans, 6 and 3, 6 and 3. No, Rudy, you can do it both ways, right? So I actually really like I like doing that too. Like, so let answer equal num1 plus num2. Totally valid. Great way to do it. And then you could just throw answer in here. I like that. I think if I was writing my code, I might do it that way in like production or for realsies. But yeah, going a little bit faster. Either way is fine. Good question. Create a function that multiplies 4 numbers and returns the product. All right, let's create a function here. We'll call it multi4 and return. And this time we're going to need 4 parameters, n1, n2, n3, and 4. And we're going to return the product. So we're just going to do return n1, and then product is multiplication. The way we do multiplication in JavaScript is asterisk. So n1, n2, and 3, and 4. Dope. And then let's go ahead and call it multi4 and return. And let's pass in just 4 numbers. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Dope. Meow Foolery. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. And with the Prime, too. You know, Jeff Bezos made so much money over the holidays. People are putting gifts, not even wrapped, just in the Amazon box. I respect the hustle. Jeff Bezos made so much money this holiday. So for everyone that did the Prime today, thank you. I appreciate you spending Jeff Bezos' money. As always, all of the subs, the primes, the bits, they all go to the nonprofit I work at during the day. So thank you. All right. So that's our first 3 easy. Let's spend that Jeff Bezos money. All right. Medium. Create a function that takes in 4 numbers. Add the first 2 numbers and return the remainder of dividing the sum of the first 2 numbers by the difference of the last 2 numbers. Holy smokes. All right. So let's go ahead and create a function. Call this complicated math. And we know complicated math is going to take in 4 numbers. So we're going to do N1, N2. We're going to do N3 and N4 here. Thank you, Alyssa. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can just do it in one line here. We might not. Let's go ahead and do it. All right. So we're going to take the sum of the first 2 numbers. So N1 plus N2. And we're going to return the remainder. So remainder is what? Chat, what is remainder? Whenever we see remainder, what do we know we're going to use? Whenever we use a remainder, what are we going to do? Modulus. We out here. All right, so we're going to do a modulus here. And by dividing the difference of the last 2 numbers. So N3 minus N4. Cool, that should work. Let's run it. We can do complicated math, and we'd pass in 4 numbers. Let's do like 5. Keep hitting down for some reason. We can do 5, and then we can do, what would be one that wouldn't go into 10 evenly? We can do like 4 and 1. So ideally that would give us 10 divided by 3, which should give us a remainder of 1. We can console log this so we can see it, because we won't be able to see it just returning naturally. So let's go ahead and run this. Let's see if we get what we get. I'm going to inspect. I'm going to open up the console and refresh. We got our alert coming in, and we got our 1 first try. All right, I'll take that. I will take that all the way to the bank. As Drake would say in 5 a.m., I can't hear them over the laughter because I'm headed to the bank. All right. Questions about this one? I think this one was good. First try. Who got it? If you got the medium one, put that you got it in chat for me, please. Who got the one job, please? Got it. Ooh, look at all these folks that got the medium. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. First try. Well done, folks. I'm proud of that one. That's dope. That's a tricky one. That's a word problem. That's some math. That's some JavaScript. Hell yeah. Mac Tay with the sub. 2 months of Jeff Bezos' money. I love it. Thank you for being here. All right. Oh, I'm sick. I'm pumped. So many people got that one. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. We out here. All right. Loops. We're going to review 2 more things. We're going to review loops, and then we got one more kind of like bringing it all home together coding challenge, and then we'll break for tonight. Yeah, that was special. That was a pretty good one. I was surprised by that one. That was dope. I'm excited. All right, what are loops? Loops enable you to repeat an action for some number of times. There are 3 main kinds of loops in JavaScript. The done for NE, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. 2 months of Jeff Bezos' money. I will take it. Thank you so much. And a hype train. We had like 2 or 3 hype trains today. That's wild. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate the support. Magic Marcos with the Jeff 3 month of Bezos' money. Hell yeah. Let's go. Hype train. They really got to fix the hype train. The PogChamp emote can no longer be used. Wow. All right. Appreciate y'all. Loops. 3 main types of loops in JavaScript: for, while, and do while. Each type kind of just offers a different way to determine the start and ending of your loop. Adil, thank you for the sub as well. I appreciate you. 3 months of Bezos's bucks. I'll take it. Thank you so much. Alyssa. Izzy with the hydration. Thank you. I still gotta get all the way through this, folks. You gotta be hitting me with those hydration. I know I shouldn't ask for it, but y'all need to be hitting me with these hydrations. I still got all that to go. Come on, I gotta get through one of these a day. You gotta help me out. The Beast, thank you for the hydration. Scooter Bro, thank you for the hydration. Yes, Vesper Cat, thank you. Bugaboo, Omar, Straight, Medi, Your Hitston, It's Noda, Miriam. Mick Joester, BB Tone. Alright, let's go. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. I don't think I can chug this. I can chug, but I can't chug that much. Let's go. Let's go. Get out of here, Ryan. Get out of here. OnlyFans content. Heck yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I feel like I'm back in my rugby days. All right. Loops. Let's talk about for loops now. For loops have for thank you all. I appreciate y'all. Logan, Brock, David, Ryan again. I see y'all. Thank you for the hydration. I think I got everyone. Slay, thank you for the hydration. Is he wearing a catheter? No. I just take my breaks and I go to the bathroom. That's what I do. Mac Tay with the hydration. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. All right, we only got 20 minutes left, folks. I love this name. If you see the leprechaun, say yeah. Thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. All right, we got some stuff left to do, folks. We gotta kick this up. I thank you for the hydration, but we gotta go. We gotta keep going. I'll do my last 4 sips here. 2, 3, 4. All right, we'll take it. Thank you for the hydration, everybody. I knew it was dumb when I asked for it. I was like, that's dumb. I know it's gonna go bad. All right. For loops. For loops have 3 key pieces of information. We set up our counter. We set up when we stop, and we set up our increment. Like, what does that counter go up by every single time? All right. Surat, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate that. That's a total of 50 gifted subs in the chat. What? That's amazing. Thank you so much. A lot of you are in here with gifted subs from them. So put some micro Leons in chat. Let's say thank you. We had a lot of gifted subs today. Thank you to everyone that gifted the subs. I appreciate y'all. We had some folks right at the beginning too. Thank you all for being here. Hey, look at this go. Look at that wall. Look at that wall that Surat helped build. I'll take it. Thank you so much. Oh, man, I'm getting a little... All right, so we have our loops. We have our increment that we're setting up. We have our stopping point, and we have our increment. On at one, thank you for the bits. Appreciate you. All right. So if we were to let this run, we would see printed to the console 1. So let's go ahead and type this out real quick. Since I at the beginning is 1, we would see 1 printed to the console. Then we would add 1 to 1. So we're at 2. Since 2 is less than 5, we would go again. We would see 2 printed. Then we'd add 1. And since 3 is less than 5, we'd run again. We got 3. We'd add 1. Since 4 is less than 5, we'd print 4. And then we add 1 more. And then since 5 is not less than 5, we stop. So this loop would only ever do 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Look at those walls. I'll take the wall of microleons. Hey. All right. So let's go ahead and code a resolution loop together. Kev, thank you for the hydration. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and do this resolution loop. So let's go ahead and open that up. Resolution loop. All right. I want you to create a function that has a loop that prints your resolution 365 times to the console and then call that function. Bonus if you can make it print your resolution to the DOM those 365 times. Be careful of infinite loops here. Let's go ahead and put let's put 4 minutes on the clock here. 4 minutes. Let's do 3. Let's be quick. We're running out of time here. So let's do 3 minutes. Go ahead, take 3 minutes. Try your hardest. If you get done, throw done in chat for us. If you get a first try, give me a first try. Put some music on here for you. Go for it. Izzy, my video. Here, take a play. I'm so scared of infinite loops. They just shut your computer down. You're good. That's the worst that happens. Koa said the viewer count just drops if everyone locks themselves into infinite loops. Should we be adding something to the HTML to do a check on an event listener? Yeah, like if we look at it, we only have, what do we have here? We have an input and we have a let's go. But we don't actually have like a click or anything like that. So yeah, I think maybe like a click event to make sure that that is not just starting right away. Be a good idea. Bart Simpson would love this challenge. Indeed. Oh, the YouTube video. What? The video is like like whenever I think of like my New Year's resolution of like getting healthy, I think of that video. It's John Travolta doing hip thrusts in a movie way back, set to like a funny song. Good idea, Kate. Yep. Minute left. Dig deep. You got this. Ooh, blah, blah, done. Wolfpack is done. Nice. Ooh, we had a hype train level 2. All right. What's that hype train emote? Let's share it. Let's see what happens. Hype miss. That's the one we got. Cool. That's cool. Some of the hype train modes are really, really dope. Ooh, Manny done. Cheese, please, done. A deal. Choo-choo. Knox is done. Straight Jacket done. I'll take it. The final tier. Done. Look at all these folks coming in. Shade Slayer. Vesperlot. Vesperlos. The Accordionette. It's Noda, Rossi, Mayu. Z the Beast. Whew. That kid Neptune, I could smell the smoke coming out of my ears. Welcome to 100 devs. That's official. That's how you know you're one of us. All right. Look at all these folks coming in done at the end. Come on back, folks. Let's go over this together. Let's go over this together. Let's go ahead and temper the music here. Done, but I just made stuff up at the end, Jen. Hey, I'll take it. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure that this is, it's kind of like Alyssa was saying, let's make sure we're doing this inside of a click event, just so that we are, we're not doing it, we're not accidentally missing with the user inputs. So we have an H1 here. Let's just click on the H1 to kick it off. So let's go ahead, document.querySelector. And let's go ahead and grab our H1 and let's do an event loop. So we'll just do add event listener. Cool. And we'll make it a click and we'll call it res loop. Just our resolution loop here. And so let's go ahead and create a function called res loop. And what we're going to do first is get that value out of the input. Does our input have an ID? It has the ID of resolution, which is nice. So let's go ahead and use that. So we'll say let res equal document.querySelector. And we're going to grab that ID resolution. Cool. And we want the value out of it. Cool. So we're grabbing the value. So we're going to grab the value out of the input, just like we saw 2 or 3 times tonight already. And we're going to set up a loop. So we're going to use a for loop. We're going to do let I equal, and we can say 0. A lot of loops start at 0. We'll just say 0. And we'll say, well, I is less than 365. 65. We'll add 1 to I each time. And while we do it, let's just start off by doing the console log first. Let's console log our resolution. Cool. That should work. Feeling a little loopy. All right, let's save this. Let's see if it works. We're going to open this in the browser. All right. Let's put in drink more water. Let me open up my inspector here so I can see the console. Oh, all type of errors here from that video. And there we go. Drink more water 365 times to the console. Wouldn't it be less than or equal to? Yes, if I had started at 1, but I started at 0. So since I started at 0, I just do less than. So if I had done less than or equal, it would have ran 366 times. Wolfpack, thank you for the hydration. No, Alyssa, I am not. I'm going to let you all click play on that vid on your own time, just because I don't want to get DMCA'd or whatever. I don't want the music to play or something like that, but I highly encourage you. That video is highly entertaining. All right, so there we go. We printed it to the console. Can we print it to the DOM? I think we can. Let's look in the DOM. Where do we want to put it? Let's put it into this H2 let's go. So instead of doing the console log here, let's target the document.querySelector. We're going to target the ID of let's go. Cool. And we're going to put inside of it, we're going to do, let's go ahead and do, I'm going to do ticks here. And we're going to do the fancy, let's do res with space around it. Let's save this. Don't worry, we'll come back and talk about that in a second. Let's save this. Let's go back. Let's refresh. All right, drink more water. I'm going to click. 3, 2, 1, click. Oh, we only got it once. We only got it once. So let's talk about what's happening here. Let's talk about what's happening here. I put in, what is this called, chat? What is that called? What is this? what did I just highlight here? What am I circling? What is that called? Yeah, a template literal, a template string. So what I'm doing is a template string enables me to take a variable and plug it into any string that I want here. So what I have here is I have a string that has some space before and after with my resolution inside. But this only ran once because I didn't do plus equals. What I want to do is I want to keep adding to what's there every single time. Plus equals, just going to keep adding to it. So let me go ahead and save. Let's go ahead and try that again. Sweat more on OnlyFans. Cool. Let's go ahead and click. 3, 2, 1, click. Oh, I didn't refresh. Let me refresh. More. And click. There we go. And we got more 365 times. So it just keeps replacing it. This is very inefficient. You got it, Jen. I'll take it. Hey, let's go. Sheenan. Aha. Memphis with the laugh out loud. All right. My computer seems turned on. Oh, I'm going to use that. That's mine now. I love that one. All right. We got the solution here. Once again, the solution will always be on Discord after class. We just got a few more minutes left together tonight, folks. Let's finish strong. We also talk about while loops. While loops are great when you don't know your end condition. With our for loop, we knew that we wanted to stop at 365. Whiles are good for when we don't know the end condition. There is one that we've done before, stop late night snacking. I just included it in here because I feel like for a lot of our resolutions, stopping late night snacking can be helpful. So if you haven't done that one before, do that on your own. If you have done it before, maybe do some spaced repetition here and try it again, but not right now. I want us to do the last one together, which is bring it on. There's all new questions in here. So let's go ahead, open up, bring it on. And we are going to do that one. We're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. We're going to do this together, and then we will break. So let's go ahead. 5 minutes on the clock. There's a lot here. 5 minutes. We'll go over it together, and then we'll wrap up for the evening. You got this. Go ahead. Finish strong. Put some music on for you. I'm glad mine didn't crash. Ghostfire and Cheese Please with all the movies. Bring it on again. Bring it in All or Nothing. Bring it on In It to Win It. Bring it on Fight to the Finish, and bring it on Worldwide Cheer Smack. Izzy. She might like it. I don't know. Might work out well for you. I'm sorry, I clicked the video. It's very hypnotizing. It's just everyone's now coding with that in the background. Can you explain the last function? Which one? The one here on line 9. Create a function that divides one number by another and returns the remainder plus 10. So you're going to have two numbers that come in, divide one by the other, and then returns the remainder. So it's not really division if we're getting a remainder. We're going to use something else, and then we're going to add 10 to whatever that is. So modulus plus 10. Weirdly written. Okay, well, the Boston crosswalk beat. It's already been brought in. 3 minutes, folks. Finish strong. You got this in you. Try and recall the things that you did today during class. You got this one. Keep going. 3 minutes. You got it. Oh, the loops function at the very end. Create a function that takes in a word and a number. Console log the word x cubed times where x was the number passed in. So I want you to take in a word, and then I want you to print that word to the console x times, but x to the third. So like you're going to do x to the third power, and that's the number of times that you want it to be printed to the console. That's what I meant. Yeah. I think that could have been worded way better too. So yeah, let's go ahead and kind of keep digging. You got this. Minute 40 left. Dig deep. You got it. Keep pushing. Look at some of the past ones that you did if you need a little help or guidance. Come on. If you finish it. Ooh, you done early according to that? Ooh, what the done. I'll take it. Let's go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Minute left. Alrighty, folks. Ooh, we got another done. Dragonoid with the done. Ski with the emote. Wolfpack done. Alright, go for Mitch done. 20 seconds. You got this. We're gonna review this and then we'll cut off stream. Done but loop done. 4, 3. Stuck on the last one. We'll get to it. All right. You know what? We're at 3 hours. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. What we're going to do is, if you're not done, that's okay. I want you to come on back Saturday. Saturday is our office hours. We're going to review this on Saturday. We're going to go over this together on Saturday. We're going to go over the break homework on Saturday. We're going to build a horoscope app. We're going to build a calculator. All right. So I hope you all join us on Saturday. If you're not able to join on Saturday, it's okay. You can still watch the VOD or catch it up on YouTube. But we're definitely going to review all of these together. We're going to review some of the break homework and we're going to be there to answer any questions that you have. So we're at the 3 hour mark. I don't want to kind of push people over because I know some folks got to run right at the time. So we'll go over it together on Saturday. It's the first stream of the year, which means it's our first raid of the year. So let's go ahead and raid somebody today. As always, you get channel points when you do it. But send them some love, give them some follows. Let's spread the positivity that we have here, that we've had all stream, to them. It's been an honor to be here with y'all tonight. I am so excited to be back. I've missed you all dearly, like really have. This is some of the funnest highlights of my week to be here with y'all. So thank y'all for spending some time, for pushing yourself, for learning some code. Let's go ahead and do a raid. And I'll be hanging out in the raid, and then I'll post all the solutions on Discord, and we'll be back together on Saturday. So let me go and set up this raid real quick. Plugging it in now. Don't run away. Definitely join the raid. Send them some love. Gonna go ahead. Found somebody cool that we haven't bent to before. All right. Here we go. Starting the raid now. I'll see y'all over there. Much love. Thank you for all spending some time with us tonight. See you at the raid. Let's go. 3, 2, one. Raid. Cookie, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.